Definitely, it is one of the luckier maps. And is it still in the map pool? Yeah, they're still keeping it in the map pool. They're okay. So they're getting rid of the back rocks, and they're not doing cross spawn positions. Or pardon me, I
That,
think they're not doing horizontal.
yeah,
Which
I think
makes
that might help out a little bit.
I don't think, man, I don't think the rocks are the biggest issue right here. Every once in a while, I see them in. What the crap did I just do? What did I just removed the entire overlay.
Oh, okay.
thank, thank you. Thank you, Hawkeye. I removed the entire overlay, and that scared me.
But here we are now in the top left. We have got our orange Terran now leading this series 2-1. It is Beastyqt.
Into the cross-spawn positions in the bottom right-hand corner. It is the red Zerg player representing Root Gaming, JimRising. One of the scariest moments in my StarCraft casting career. Oh my word, I just removed the overlay. Like, there was just nothing on the screen. That was scary.
I imagine I wouldn't, I'm glad.
Oh, this is so weird. There's no mini-map either.
So we've got here a quick gas and a spawning pool taken by JimRising. So he's looking again to be slightly more aggressive than normal. It's going to take him a minute to figure out where his opponent is, but it won't take long, as Overlords are going to arrive in the top right and the bottom left and realize that his opponent is indeed cross-spawn.
Which 3x Reaper won't be quite as potent against. Beastyqt is opening up like that, yet he may have the opportunity to transition. He can deny a third for a while of his opponent if he can't really get into the main. JimRising has been incredibly successful with the defense of the horizontal 3x Reaper, so he shouldn't have too hard of a time with cross positions. Beastyqt, I'm really wondering what the best way is to go about this, because he has to commit to the 3x Reaper.
Yes,
and he can't like take a quick natural off the back of this. I guess he just tries to delay and does damage, but even in the other games, JimRising defended fine. There was literally no damage acquired by the Terrans versus JimRising.
So it's going to be a bit iffy still, but the Reaper, the first Reaper, is now coming across the map. It's still, it's still hard to say where this is going to go. Both players, JimRising is ready for this. He's already got Lings out. His speed is halfway, from completion.
I can't help but keep looking with all the overlay gone. Like, the map is beautiful with no overlay at all. It's just, like, mind-blowing.
Can you not see the mini-map?
No mini-map. There's only production and resources.
The Reaper. It gets in that drone line. Might get a drone. Oh, it's just pulled away.
Close. First Reaper has to pull it back, and I mean, if Beastyqt can do that with one Reaper, he may have a better chance with more. However, two Queens are just a few moments away from finishing for JimRising. He should be relatively okay. Reaper's coming on in, but as we've said, JimRising has defended this fine before. It's all into Beastyqt. How are you going to micro differently than our previous players? How are you going to switch this up? The Reapers are looking for that angle on into the main, but now almost all the angles are covered. There's no vector into the main base, which is going to be safe for them to fly in on.
Yeah, and the Reapers, they're getting a little bit. They might be able to actually get this Queen, but the Lings come over to try and defend it. But the Lings, they need to be careful too. I like this. I like the Lings getting down on the low ground to try and do a surround there.
Oh, but they may be broken up just a little bit too much. The Lings need to be together if they want to face these Reapers kiting at the same time. Lings have to pull back to the main base, but it is a nice move yet. I mean, right now, JimRising needs more Lings. He needs a larger army, but he's buying himself so much time. He's even droning up off the back of this Koshkii.
Yeah, he must be feeling pretty confident to be droning so much. However, 10 Lings now in production, so he is investing more into army. The Lings, they are trying to get a bit of a surround. Ooh, they do, but very, very nice control there. These Reapers, a few of them have actually fallen.
Note off the back of this, we often see Terran players in horizontal throw down extra racks to be able to produce a decent amount of bio, but in this situation, Beastyqt is falling back on an extra natural CC. He knows he needs that, not technically extra, but now he's got a dangerous place. He's going to be kiting back for a long time. Lings are able to kill some of these Reapers, the 4 or 5 Reapers. They're going to push back out of the map, but they're losing ground quickly, and desperately, Beastyqt needs to secure a natural base before JimRising can overwhelm.
Yeah, and the layer now in production, do you think this layer might be for mutas? Because if mutas are out, this is going to be pretty tough for Beastyqt. These Lings, they are, quite a few of them are being taken out, forcing more to come out. We've also got a Roach Warren. So this layer maybe for Roach speed. We'll see. Beastyqt, he's still got a pretty scary Reaper army here.
He does have a scary Reaper army, but it only becomes as potent as it would like to. Oh, trying to find a creep tumor, really close to killing that one. He's one KD8 charge away, but with that, will be able to find the angle later if he keeps them alive, but for now, they can't just stay idly by. They have to put pressure on JimRising. They have to disallow him from making extra drones, making extra lings, whatever it may be. They can't let that happen. A couple KD8 charges survive, keep these Reapers alive, but right now, there is only a total of 8 of them out on the map, and 7 lings are left, but these Reapers desperately low on health. Combat drugs helps them out, but they're starting to wane, starting not to do as well. Roach speed, Roaches are on the way. Creep is out there, and they're gonna have to start pulling back, but you gotta remember in the main base, easily, this is what I've always wanted to see in a game. Just in a little while, the Reapers hold back and then jump into the main, but because of the nature of this game, if they don't put pressure on, if they wait, Beastyqt loses all his ground.
Yeah, and just now we've got Beastyqt's second base coming up, so JimRising has, he's got 3 bases, he can get a little bit more economy up, but, Beastyqt has just been putting on so much pressure. However, the lings, they flood in. This could do quite a bit of damage if Beastyqt is not ready, if his Reapers aren't there, but they are, and they are able to just push those lings back for now.
This Bio Reaper of Beastyqt in the previous games on Preon Terraces has done wonders, and it's really been able to push hard, but with cross spawn, it's looking a little bit grim to be able to do damage and commit with them. Reapers do move out though in the middle of the map. Medivacs are on the way, and Beastyqt, even though he wasn't able to attain damage, stunted the overall economic growth of the Zerg. Normally, if you'd see something like this on like Dusk Towers or whatever, they'd already be on 3 bases. So at least he's stopped the overall economic growth of JimRising for a while, and they're kind of even in an overall game sense.
But Roach
I'm feeling good for him.
Roach speed has just finished, and a few more Roaches have, popped at this point. I'm wondering if JimRising is going to stay home and defend. It looks like he's kind of hanging out by, an area Reapers would come up. Or if he's just going to kind of go for a counterattack. But it looks like at this point, JimRising just wants to back row up.
JimRising is pushing a little bit up the left-hand side of the map, attempting to find an angle that he can do damage. Roaches on the right-hand side, too. They're all going to convene in the middle. Looks like the Medivacs coming up in the middle. Some Marines are taken out while they're trying to reinforce, but the army of Beastyqt loses these Reapers. He's got to pull back at the same time. Lings in his natural base are streaming on in, but oh, the wall is just barely there. Marines also there for Beastyqt, but this is his time to shine. He's got to do damage. Reapers in the main will pull the army out of position at the same time as the drop in the top right. Where does JimRising commit, Koshkii?
It's like JimRising, he knows that drop is around. He has seen it a couple times now. He knows he has to be worried about that. But at the same time, he's getting burrow. I think that JimRising thinks if he can just hold out, he can out-macro his opponent and get a larger army. But here comes the drop. However, JimRising is ready. He's really able to push this back. Beastyqt loads up. Might try to find another angle of attack here.
Reapers in the main die, and that bio is pushed back. As you said, they will try to find another opportunity, but now JimRising is pushing out across the map, and the way we're defending Roach Ravager, that is Terran's siege tanks, but Beastyqt is Widowmine, Medevac, Bio, and there's 2 Widowmines and a Marine at home to defend. This drop, he's going to have to pull the entire army back in. It may be able to do that. Beastyqt is up 2-1 in this best of 5, and if he wins, he can take the victory, but he's so close to destruction.
Yeah, these Roaches, they're just waiting right outside the natural base. Meanwhile, Beastyqt, he's just kind of going a little bit crazy here with the drops. He's got another one coming into the main base. And all these burrowed Roaches, they try to get out of scan range. They unburrow, get some economic damage here, and that's pretty crucial right now.
Beastyqt drops, but JimRising's control and map awareness is just a little bit too good. Pulling so many drones out of position, only 5 went down. Another drop at the third base is able to kill the third hatch, and that's exactly what Beastyqt needs. Killing the third hatch at the same time. There's a third hatch in the bottom left-hand corner for JimRising, but that's exactly, as I mentioned, what he needs. Starting to get back in here. The third CC, or pardon me, natural CC, is still there for Beastyqt. Nice scan, and GG! Beastyqt 3-1. Manages to pull JimRising apart. JimRising never able to execute as he wanted to across the map, whether it be damage or getting up the tech. Beastyqt in a remarkable turn of events. 3-1s JimRising and moves on in first place.
Very well done. I think Beastyqt started to realize that if he's aggressive, he can do a lot more. He knows he cannot face JimRising in a macro game, as his Zerg macro is just insane.
GG, well played, JimRising. At the edge of victory, so close. He's pulled back, and Beastyqt at the edge of defeat is able to claw his way back and make it happen. My oh my, that last game really... As I was saying at first, the Reapers couldn't do damage, but the third was just so far away. Eventually, because of the cross-spawn positions, JimRising wasn't able to do damage like he needed to with those roaches, and even some of the chat was saying 2-base Muta. Maybe he tries that. But no, in these games he's lost, he's not been able to get up to that ideal Muta composition and tech that has allowed him to shut down the drops and then just expand and spread out and colonize the map.
Yeah. Very, very well done. So Beastyqt, in this, he has won $40 and 1,000 RSL points. So we will be seeing him in the RSL next week. JimRising, though, he also gets 600 RSL points as well as $10. So he leaves with a little bit as well. And just a reminder, if you want to support us, we do have a Patreon. You can donate in increments, and there are different tiers with different rewards. So that really helps us, you know, continue this and really helps us keep going. So if you would like to support us, that is how.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please check out the @RSLSC2 on Twitter if you want to know when tournaments happen, when whatever occurs, and when the qualifiers tomorrow will go down. That's going to be 10 p.m., 2 p.m. EST. But if you don't want to pay attention to that, check them out @RSLSC2 to know when they play and when to play in them. That's Koshkii. Check her out at KoshkiiSC. That is KoshkiiSC on Twitter. I am at DrennoC, and of course we have Hawkeye. Check out @RSLSC2 if you want to know more about him. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time for some more StarCraft action.
See you later, and thank you.